You think cleaning floors is all I ever did." The janitor's voice was quiet, steady, but the whole mess hall went silent. Even the Admiral stopped laughing. "You asked my kill count, sir, you sure you want the real number?" Everyone stared. The man holding the mop wasn't supposed to talk back, not to an admiral. Not in the middle of the Navy's Pride base. But there was something in his tone, not arrogance, not anger, just a deep ache. And in that moment, no one saw a janitor anymore. They saw something else entirely. It had all started years ago. Once, Ethan Cole had been the best pilot the Navy ever had, callsign, Hawk. His record was clean, his reflexes unmatched, and his loyalty unquestioned. But after a mission went wrong, a secret op that left half his team dead, he quit. Or maybe, the truth was, he couldn't forgive himself enough to keep wearing the uniform. His wife left him not long after, unable to handle his silence, his nightmares, his guilt. He was left with his 6-year-old daughter, Lily, the only light left in his dark world. He couldn't afford therapy. He couldn't go back to combat. So, he took the only job the base would give him, janitorial work. Cleaning the same hallways where his name used to echo in glory. Every morning, he'd mop the marble floors beneath walls lined with medals, portraits, and men who'd never seen what he had. He'd smile politely when officers passed, though some whispered, "That's the guy who cracked during Operation Black Tide." But Ethan never explained, never corrected them. He just kept working, kept living quietly for Lily, his reason, his redemption. Then one day, the Admiral himself arrived on base, Admiral Barrett, a man known for his sharp tongue and colder heart. He was there for an inspection and morale boost, and the entire Navy wing was buzzing. When Barrett saw the janitor in the corner, cleaning the floor as the crew stood at attention, he smirked. "Guess even the fallen eagles need something to do, huh?" The Admiral said, loud enough for everyone to hear. The officers chuckled nervously. Ethan didn't respond. He just dipped the mop back into the bucket. But then Barrett, perhaps trying to show some bravado, added with a grin, "Tell me, son, how many men you ever take down before trading your gun for that mop?" The laughter was louder this time. Ethan froze. Then he straightened slowly, his eyes distant. He took off his gloves and looked the Admiral right in the eye. 73 confirmed, 44 unconfirmed, he said quietly. And I remember every single one of their faces. The room fell silent. You could hear the hum of the lights above. Even Barrett's smirk faded. Ethan's voice didn't rise, but his words cut through the air. "You asked like it's a joke, sir. But those numbers, those are ghosts. They follow you. Every time I tuck my daughter in, I wonder if her daddy deserves her. Every time I sweep this floor, I thank God I can still walk on it. You want my count? That's it. 73 souls that I wish never had to die." The Admiral looked shaken, not angry, just human for the first time. He'd seen soldiers break, but not like this. This was something else. Ethan wasn't broken. He was haunted. Then, from behind, a small voice piped up. "Daddy." Lily stood there in her little school uniform, holding a drawing. She ran over, hugging his leg. "Look, I drew you flying a big plane again." Ethan knelt down and smiled, tears filling his eyes. "That's beautiful, sweetheart." The Admiral looked at the little girl, then at the man who once flew death through the skies, now holding the purest form of life in his arms. "Mr. Cole," Barrett's voice softened. "You shouldn't be cleaning floors. The Navy could use men like you, men who remember what it costs." Ethan stood up. "With respect, sir, I already have my mission." He looked down at Lily. "And I'm not failing this one." The Admiral saluted him, something no one had ever seen him do to a janitor. "Understood, son. Carry on." From that day on, the laughter stopped whenever Ethan walked by. The young recruits whispered stories about the janitor who once saved a fleet. Some even left small thank you notes on his locker. He never sought attention, never wanted his past rewritten. But in quiet ways, the Navy began to remember, not just medals and numbers, but the human cost behind them. Years later, when Lily grew up, she joined the Navy too, not to fight, but as a trauma counselor for veterans. "Because my dad taught me what real courage looks like," she'd say in interviews. "He taught me that heroes don't always wear uniforms, sometimes, they hold mops and broken hearts."